Good morning. Here. Good morning, everyone. Wakey, wakey. It is bright and early crafting this morning. Let's see here. I think I am live. Yep, that is up and going. I see a couple eyes that are awake this morning. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I am live in all the right places. This is good. Good morning. Good morning, Sarah. Hello, everyone. This is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations, and it is bright and early here in Victoria, BC. It is 6:30. As you can see, not a lot happening in behind me here. In fact, it is just, oh, that light is bright on me there. There we go. In fact, it is just me and Jim that are up and about this morning. And I think that Jim has already curled back up on the couch and gone back to sleep. All right, we got a few more people that are awake. This is great. So it is Thursday morning. It is just past 6:30 in Victoria, BC on the West Coast. And Thursday mornings, I like to start off my day making some quick and easy cards before I whip off to work. So these are going to be quick and easy cards always on Thursday mornings that you can make in 5 minutes or less. So whether you have an event that you need a card for and you're going to be running out the door, or whether you just want to be able to make a lot of cards really quick and have a big stash of them, these are the type of cards that you can make that are beautiful but don't take a lot of time, which is kind of nice. So this morning, I'm actually not whipping out to work. I have got today off because I have some appointments with my mom later on today. So I am ready. I am going for a walk first thing with a friend, and then I've got some appointments after that. So I still wanted to get up early and go live because I like to start my day early. So we're going to get started with some crafting, and I hope that this inspires you today to get into your craft room. We are going to be making cards just out of a few scraps that I had left on my craft table. Over the last few days, I've been using some gorgeous pattern papers to create some cards, and I had some scraps left over, and I thought, you know what? I think I can make something with just this few little scraps and some card bases. So I'm going to turn you down to my card table here, my creative spot. And you can see, as you can see, I have got not a whole lot of supplies here today. This is going to be what I'm going to be using. Of course, I'm going to embellish a little bit. I found this natural twine that I had on my craft table still. And then over the last, like I said, over the last week, I have been using a couple different packages of paper. I've got this one is, let's see here, the One Horse Open Sleigh. I have got All About Autumn. I've got Berry Christmas. And then this is the beautiful online exclusive paper with those beautiful florals. So I'm going to be using all of these. And you know what? I thought, because I'm using very little supplies and scraps that I've got, I think I can pull off 4 cards in a matter of just over 25 minutes. That's what I think. I think I can do it. Okay. So I want to show you how quick this is going to be and inspire you to just grab a little scrap off your table and use them. Turn them into something pretty. Okay. All right. So here we go. So I have got 4 pieces, like I said, all different packages of paper, all scraps that I've used, all these papers in the last week. And these pieces of paper measure 2.5 by 2.25. Okay, so I'm going to be using those pieces of paper. Each one is going to be my focal point for a card. Okay, then I have got just some layers. I have got a couple that are slightly smaller, and these ones are 3.5 by, I think, 4 3/4, if I remember right. I have them for a card base for one of my classes, and I had leftovers. I don't think I'm actually going to need that one. And then I have a couple that are 3 3/4 by 5, so slightly larger. So these ones are 3.5 by 4 3/4. These ones are 3 3/4 by 5. So again, I was playing around with different bases for some cards I was making, and I had these ones left over. So I thought, perfect. I'm going to use some with some textures, because sometimes we texture extra pieces of paper, right? And then I'm going to bring these in. Now for card bases, I've got a few here that I had left over from creating. We've got Fresh Freesia. We have got Misty Moonlight, I believe that one is, Mossy Meadow, and then some vanilla. Okay, so I'm going to use those for my card bases. So I need to grab my trimmer, and I'm going to show you how to create these quick cards. I do have some greetings and some inks that I grabbed from different stamp sets, but the main work for this is just going to be cutting these pieces of paper. So I'm even going to do them all together. I think it will cut it all together. We'll see. And I'm going to be cutting these into strips of 3 3/4. So again, makes it even quicker when you can cut things all together like this. So grab some scraps, stack them up, give them a cut, and there is all of my cutting done. Okay, it's gonna it's gonna be like a puzzle putting these back together, but that's okay. I'm up for the task. All right, so I'm going to take, and I'm going to work on these two first, and then I'll work on the textured ones. Now, for these ones, I think I'm going to use these guys, and yeah, let's go Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some Christmas here. So what I'm going to do, I have to figure out how these go back together. That's gonna eat into my time. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Whew. This one should go pretty quick. There. Okay. So we have got our scraps of paper. Oh, we got some more people hopping on. Good morning. Let me just see who we've got. Krista, Gloria, Jennifer. Good morning from Australia. Amazing. Thank you for joining, everyone. I'm trying to even think. My creative mind is awake this morning, but the rest of my mind is not. I don't even know what time it would be in Australia. Let's see here. You've got to be later on in the day for sure. There we go. I have a friend from Germany who I was messaging with last night, and she was showing me a picture of a beautiful, beautiful sunset where she was as I was just crawling into bed. So she's probably just heading off to bed in a few minutes, or mid-afternoon, I'm sure. Okay, so you can see that I have added dimension to all of these pieces. Okay, we are going to pop these up off of the page. Okay, I'm going to do that in a second, and I'm going to line them up. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to just roughly check out where I'm going to put these, and I'm going to recreate the scene. So now you can see why when I cut my paper, I ended up cutting it 2.5 by 2 1/4. And the reason why I cut it shorter than I did wider was because I knew that I was going to be adding these little tiny spaces in between. And so when I expanded it a little bit, it would make it a square. Okay, so that's why I had that little bit of difference in between. Now let's grab, did I even grab a Christmas set? Let's see what I've got laying around. I did not. That's okay. Let me see. No, I better grab one. Hold on. Let's see. I want the polar bears, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will work. All I'm looking for is a skinny little greeting. So I'm going to use this Happy Christmas Wishes because that is pretty cute from this Festive and Fun. I have been having some fun with that stamp set with the giraffe so far. So I'm going to start creating with all of the other critters in there. So I'm going to stamp a little Happy Christmas Wishes, and I'm going to stamp it. I just want to make sure that I am nice and straight here. Okay, I'm going to stamp right here. Hold my breath for a moment. That looks good. And we're going to do one on this side. So I like to kind of, when I don't have a lot to work with for a guideline, I like to use my grid paper for sure, so that I can see that I am stamping somewhat straight. That looks pretty good. Okay. All right. So let's start lining these up. Now, again, you can use your grid line, your grid paper if you have it as a reference. I am going to go and try and do even both sides. I'm not going to overthink it too much. But that first one, I'm going up over top of my camera. If I sound a little different, there we go. The first one, I definitely want to try and get that one straight, because the rest just line up underneath. I'm going to go about that far apart. 1, 2. You can see how cute this is. So I am literally just using some adorable pattern papers and a greeting. So quick and easy, right? I don't think I could have done a quicker card this morning. I guess if I didn't chop it up, it'd be a little bit quicker, but we are working with quick and easy cards. 1, 2, it's as quick as 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, 2 and 3. Okay, so there we have got those popped out. Isn't that cute? And again, this is just, there's so many great scenes in this One House Open Sleigh papers. They're so cute. I am going to match these up now with their little backdrops, and look at how cute that looks once we get it all mounted here on a piece of cardstock that's really going to make the images just pop. And then we're going to add some embellishments, just a few. So there's one, and I'm going to bring in, oh, I haven't scored this one. Let's just line it up, bring it down like that. Perfect. Looks like a window. It does, doesn't it? Yes, you could definitely think of it as a window, especially that one, right? It looks like you're looking out maybe across the way at a neighbor's. Okay, 1, 2. So cute. All right, so let's do a few little embellishments to make this nice and sparkly. I'm going to see what I've got. I think I'm going to use these blue ones for on there. I think that would look quite pretty. And then, let's see, I hadn't chosen my embellishments. I think those will be perfect. Okay, like I said, I'm kind of just flying with some scraps here and seeing what we've got. And I think that this basic layout here is going to look fabulous in a couple different patterns of paper. So I do have 2 more I'm going to whip up here because I think we can do it in the amount of time we've got. So I'm going to actually go on to our little pattern paper here a little bit, and we're going to pull in some beautiful blue embellishments, just like that. And there we have got our first card. Now let's add some green to the second one here. I'm going to do a little one on there. I like to sometimes place them but not quite stick them down yet, so I can figure out for sure what I want to do. So I'm just kind of dropping them a little bit. I think I'm going to go 2. I'm going to do one in the middle of that present. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do another little tiny one here. And one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like that. Okay, so there we have got those 2 done, complete, quick and easy with pieces of scraps. And just have a look and see which papers you've got. And if you have some that have some seams on them, then do a little chop, pop them back together like a puzzle. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. These ones I'm going to do on some texture. Okay, I had these textured pieces left, so therefore I wanted to make them ever so wider, like just a tiny, tiny bit more, both ways, so that you could see the texture, and the texture would shine through. So I'm going to just lay these ones down. I'm going to go those ones on there. I'm going to go these ones on here. Okay, so I'm going to start again with a little bit of dimension. The dimension definitely helps create a little bit more of an oomph to this card. If you have textured papers, this is, I guess, a way we could step up this very simple design we're doing. If you have some textures there, or you run a bunch of different ones, then just play around with some pattern papers that would coordinate with it. I'm going to just add my dimensions on here, just like that. See here, I love how quick and easy they are. So quick and easy. There. Okay. Now again, it's going to take me a little bit of time to put my puzzle back together. I think that maybe this, is it this way? 1, 2, and these ones here, that look right, or maybe it's up high. It's up high. Okay, I've got it figured out. Okay, this one was a little harder for this morning. Okay, so let's add our strips to our pattern here, to our lovely texture, and you'll be able to see a little bit of a difference between the 2. Okay, using texture, not using texture. Oh, look at us. We are flying through this morning. Doing pretty good time-wise. We're keeping them quick. Quick and beautiful cards. That is the theme of this morning, with using the beautiful papers that you have got. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be so pretty with this flower. Okay, so again, line my paper up. Okay, make sure that first one is straight, and then we're just going to add a little space. So if you're just tuning in, welcome. The piece of paper that I started with was 2.5 by 2 1/4, And the reason why it is shorter than it is wider is because I cut it into 3 strips of 3/4 inch, and I separated it just a little bit, okay? And that makes it look like it's now square because you've added those spaces. So for this one, I am going to stamp a little bit because we can't very well stamp on a bumpy surface. So I'm going to bring in, I did grab some all occasions. So let's see, let's do a happy birthday. Let's do a, let's see here. Oh, you know what? No, we're not going to do a happy birthday. We're going to keep them tiny little greetings. And I'm going to do, this is so sweet, some of these, you make me smile. And then I think for this one, I'm going to do just a thank you. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I just got to find them. You make me smile. You make me smile. Got it. This is the biggest challenge here. It's finding all these. You make me smile. And then there's the thank you. There's a lot of great greetings in this one. Okay, this is the Timeless Arrangements is where I'm getting it from. And there's some great little tiny greetings, which are perfect for this. So I'm going to bring in, let's see, I've got copper clay, and I'm going to stamp a little thank you on this one. There we go, like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to bring in this, I'm going to have to trim it, I think, unless I have a little white tiny scrap. Nope, I'm going to have to trim it. That's okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do just a, oh, I don't want that color. Whew. I want Berry Bliss. Yeah, this is the one I want. Okay. Perfect. All right, so you make me smile. Isn't that cute? That's a cute one. Okay. So I'm going to trim up the You Make Me Smile. And I'm going to add these to the front. So if you have some texture, again, it's going to be easy to just use up some scraps. Oh, my voice is still waking up this morning. And I'm going to pop these out with dimension as well. And this one I'm just going to cut on the edge. Living on the edge. Going to cut it like that. And we're just going to line it up with, this one I'm going to line it up with what we've got going on here with our pattern. Only this is trimmed. I think that'll look kind of cool. Okay, we're going to add it just like so, and we're going to add it to the stack. Look at that. What do we think of that? Space it out and add it to the stack. That's kind of cool. Yep, I like that. This one here, I didn't think, am I the same width? I am. What are the chances of that? I wasn't planning that one. Little bit skinnier piece of paper, but the same width. So we're going to add this one down to the stack too. We're going to space it maybe out a little bit because it's a different width. So let's go like that. Oh my goodness, I love that. That's kind of cool too, right? Now I've got all these little dimensional backings everywhere. In fact, I'll probably find those all over my house later. Okay, let us have some embellishments. Nope, I don't like those. I think I'm going to go with, these will do. I'm going to go with what I've got here, and I'm going to use gold on this one. And I'm going to add one little gold there because we have that little cutout piece. That works well. And we're going to add a little bit of sparkle. Maybe, let's see here, off the edge there, and then I'm going to add one more, so I'm going to bring it down here with, or maybe I'll do it, I'm going to add it a 3 here, so I'm going to put it right here on this one. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to add that onto our card base in a second, and you're going to see how it pops. I'm embellishing first this round. And you know what? I had thought about using the pink, but I think this color here, this green, or even this color brings out the pretty peacock. So I think I'm going to go with the bluish color just to switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to bring 1 up here, 3. Let's see here, 3, 4, and we're going to bring 1 up here in the corner. Okay. All right, so let's add some dimension to, or add some layers. So we're going to bring in our card base and see how beautiful that looks and how simple and clean it is. Minimal supplies, not a whole lot of stamping, just your greetings, and using scraps of beautiful papers that you have got in your craft room. Let's see. Amazing. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 o'clock. I did it. Okay. There we go. So, doesn't get simpler than that, but having said that, they're very, very pretty, and I love the look of them. So we have got our berry Christmas. If you wanted to, you could definitely add, you know, some twine, wrap it around, do a little bow off to the side if you want it, right? When I saw this paper, I knew I had to highlight the scrap that I had left, had this house within it, and I knew I had to use that for one. I love how this Misty Moonlight in here picks up on here, and the red door with the greeting, and then this is just so pretty. All about autumn. And on the backs of one side, there's metallics, the gorgeous metallics patterns with the copper, but on the other side, there are these beautiful scenes. Okay, and there we have our last one. All right. Okay. All right, so your challenge today, get scrappy in your craft room. Cut up some pieces of beautiful pattern paper, or you could use the same idea and you could take just a 2.5 by 2.25. You could stamp something on it and then you could cut it and have the same effect, okay? But I thought, you know what, I'm going to use up scraps I've got. So there you have it. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day. I'm just going to switch it back over to me. There we go. Get that out of the way. Perfect. So thank you guys all for joining me first thing in the morning. Like I said, I hope you get some time to do a little bit of crafting today. I am going to be working on a couple things coming up. Let's see here. I am finishing off my kits for November. So I've started to prep all those to get them in the mail. You can still register for my November card club for a few more days, or what have we got here? About 10 more days, and then cut off for registration. And I am starting to design and get ready for a Christmas tag class. So this is one that I have done in the past and I love it. So it is going to be several different Christmas tags. You will make 2 or 3 out of each, depending on how many designs I make. And you will have a whole stash of Christmas tags in which will be ready for all of your presents for wrapping come the holiday season. So that is coming up as well. And then if you caught my live last night, I am going to do something special for World Card Making Day, which also just happens to be my birthday on the same day. Go figure. It's perfect, right? And I am going to be doing a card drive. So I will put up in my header my home address. And for those who want to pop a handmade card into the mail, a blank one, not written on, but a blank one. And it'd be great to get some Christmas, if you want to do a Christmas Um, thank you, thinking of you, you know, hello, you make me smile. Just doesn't matter what occasion it is. If you want to pop it into the mail, I am going to collect all of those cards up, and I'm making up a big box, and it is going to be going down to the long-term care home that my mom and dad just moved into. So they just moved in, like, I guess it was May. They're getting settled, and a couple of years ago, I did a card drive for my birthday, and we ended up donating them to Norgarden, which was where my daughters both worked. Molly was still working there at the time, and we had tons of cards that we collected, and they used them in the group home for birthdays to give happy birthday cards to the residents, but also there was a box of them ready for the residents to pick a card out, and they could send off a hug in the mail, a paper hug in the mail, to someone that they wanted to connect with. So I thought I would do the same thing, timing wise, card making day. Being my birthday on the 7th, and mom and dad just moving into there, I thought, you know what? I think this needs to be done. So we are going to make a big box. I'm going to donate a couple rolls of stamps for them to use down at the care home, and they'll be able to send off some cards, whether it's for over the holidays or birthdays, or to say hello to some people that they need to connect with, because they don't get out much when they're there, so, and get to see many people. So I thought it'd be a great way for them to connect to those that are out in the community. Okay, so if you want to join in, I will give the information, and you can mail out just one card. It's all you need to send. You don't need to send a bunch, and any occasion that you want, and then just keep it blank on the inside so that they can use them down at Island View Place. Okay, all right. So have a great day, and like I said, get crafty, get scrappy today, and I would love to see what you come up with. If you want to drop your version of your scrappy card in the comments, that would be amazing for us to share. And yeah, just have a wonderful day. Okay, bye everyone.